I was inspired by our fun events last week. We call them networking events. We had 2 in a row, one at Bank of Hawaii at the Royal Hawaiian, and the other one at the Ward Village Center right there on Ala Moana Boulevard. And I tell you, it's pretty amazing. And I know that Maki's going to win a Tesla. Right, Maki? Wow. You're going to win the Tesla, right? Yeah, they're giving away a Tesla. That was pretty cool. But I was thinking about, this is supposed to be networking, so I thought, that's part of our business. How many people believe in real estate we want to network to get leads? Raise your hand. How many people plan their networking? Well, one, all right, that's good. You can leave. You know this stuff. No, I'm just kidding. So with networking, we really should go into it with some type of mindset to get leads, unless we just want to have fun and go to a barbecue or something. So when we network, there's some tips that we can use, and you should have a list on the back here. Fill in the blanks. I don't know about you, but I totally preferred multiple choice when I was a kid. So I did fill in the blanks, so we have to learn. So with networking, it really starts with a goal in mind. That's a hint that you should write that in the blank. In the goal in mind. So if we're going to network, we want to get something out of it if it's for business. If not, fine, we're just having fun. That's cool. But if we do it for a goal in mind, what are some of the goals that we should think about?
Get an appointment.
Get an appointment with somebody to do nails?
Yes.
Or to...
Take a date. It depends on what...
Now we're getting a date?
Well, if they're doing selling, if they're doing buying, if they know somebody, like, I mean, there's different reasons to just have coffee.
Yeah, okay. So get an appointment to have coffee. How about to build your sales team? Because what you're talking about is talk to somebody to either they're going to sit down and tell you that they need some help in real estate, or they're going to refer you someone. So those are 2 cool things. Sean, you got to refer some. So it's perfect that you brought that up. So what Sean's saying is, well, those events last week were with loan officers, with other real estate agents, with people, escrow people that are in the industry. It's unlikely that they're going to sit down with you and give you business or even give you referrals. It's unlikely. So that leads to the next point. Pick an appropriate event. So if you're going to choose networking for part of your business, pick an appropriate event. What we did last week for agents, that was just fun. That was fun. That was to unwind, get us in the right state of mind. For managers, maybe that was for recruiting, to get appointments for that. But for agents, that was just for fun. If you're picking an appropriate event, you got to figure out who's going to be there. So what type of people do you want at an event that you're going to go to?
Buyers or sellers.
Buyers or sellers would be good. I like that. Buyers or sellers. Now, those events are hard to find unless you create your own event. Say, buyers and sellers come to this event. How about we go the opposite? We say anyone over 18, right? Not anyone part of the real estate process, like other real estate agents, loan officers, escrow people, inspectors. And I know a lot of people say, well, loan officers give me deals. And yeah, they do, but not that often because they know a lot of agents and they got to take care of all of them, okay? So pick an appropriate event where the right people are going to be there. Does that make sense? All right. Now, if we're picking the appropriate event, here's what we can do. And I just read this one. I didn't think about this at the time. You can contact people ahead of time that are going to be there and say, hey, I saw that you're going to go to this event. Let's hook up when we're there. And you can strengthen ties with people you already know. Make yourself more comfortable when you get there, too. Because there's always hesitation when you first get to a networking event. So how can you figure out who's going to go to these events? Facebook. Did you know that? If you go to Facebook and you look at the event, it has a list. It says, I'm going, I may go, and I'm not going. That's not the exact verbiage, but it says something like that. So you can look at who's going or even who's invited. See if there's anyone there that you want to strengthen your relationship with. Call them ahead of time. Contact them ahead of time and say, hey, I saw you're going. I'm going to this too. Let's make sure we connect when we're there. So you can make them comfortable when they're there too. Okay, so an idea. Okay.
So that is connect or contact people ahead of time?
Contact people ahead of time. Can anyone guess the next one? Because there's 2 blanks. This one's incredibly important. Get there. I put the wrong there, by the way. It should be THERE.
Figured it out though.
I did that to trick you. Or it was really late at night last night.
The life of the party.
Get there and be get there and be the life of the party? No, get there early. And be the host.
Oh,
Maybe they think you're the host. So if you get there really early and then you're hanging out, you're talking, you feel comfortable, you look at the room, okay, I'm going to stand there. And when people come in, they kind of think you're the host. Oh, Gina's here already. Smile, hey, how are you doing? You don't tell them you're not the host. And you don't claim to be the host. But it just turns out that way. Okay. You're still stuck on the life of the party, aren't you? Oh, in that, when you're doing that and you want to get there early, you got to plan ahead to get there early, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to get there early. And then you still leave an hour before and there's traffic and you get there a half hour late because of tons of traffic. So make sure you think about all the details too to make sure you can be there early. Okay. We're going to skip the next one until I can remember what it was. I told you I'd like multiple choice. And it was late at night. Who's that? Eileen knows what it is. I sure hope it's correct. Your mindset should be? Yes, that's what it is. She's good at this. It's your mind. How can I help? Your mindset should be, how can I help?
It's in her business plan already.
It's probably in her business plan. That's correct. When you go to networking events or when you're in an informal networking event, always a service mindset. Because here's how that works. You're asking people questions, you're talking to them, and you find out what they do, and they say, this is what I'm looking for. Hey, if you know, because they're at a networking event for a reason too, and they sell something else. You can find out exactly what prospect they're looking for, and if you can help them get business, what are they going to do? They are definitely going to help you get business. Just like that whole thing when you give something to someone free as a gift, just human nature, they want to help you. Now don't start doing that and start giving people $500 referral fees that aren't licensed. Different mindset. Thank you, Eileen. You got my back. Okay, choose 3 places to put the you gather. Intel. Military? Wife, maybe? No, not Intel.
information.
Seats. It says, choose 3 places to put the seats you gather. You're going to gather seats? Oh, so you can sit together. Okay. I didn't know this one was that hard. I love this tip. I read this tip. I love this tip. The cards that you gather. I will tell you this is much easier for guys because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pockets. I have 5 pockets. Guess which one? So 1 pocket on the top. Guess which ones are those? Okay, I'll go with yours. Guess what? The other pocket?
Theirs.
Theirs. Yeah, okay, let's be a little bit more specific. You're close. You're close. The ones.
People you want to follow up with and people that might eventually you'll follow up with. Like.
That's a nice politically correct way to say it, Brandy. So people you're going to follow up with, and they're hot prospects, and the other pocket,
Trash.
people that are long shots. Yeah.
I'm gonna just drop these in the
Yeah. Other agent cards in the left pocket. So for women, do you have a solution for that if you're not wearing?
It's fine.
There's sometimes I got to remember that we're filming this. I can cut this out. So you got 1 spot, you got 2 spots. Where does the other one go? Rick, you can't answer this question. You're a man. You got to wait for your question. So wait, you must have lots of spaces in your purse, right?
If we have it.
If you have a.
You can buy a fancy holder for your phone or something.
Oh, phone holder.
I don't know.
Just take a picture of the card. There you go.
That's a good one. So Rick's saying take a picture of the card and separate them into the files of where you keep them. Because the point of the 3 is to separate them, right? Very important. I'm not going to go with Brandy to networking events. That drives me nuts, though. I see that all the time, that your phone goes there. Like, not you. I mean, other people. I see their phone goes there. Thinking, I don't think that's where your phone's supposed to
I
go.
will pay.
Okay, go with a blank, but don't be an.
Go with a plan, but don't be an asshole.
I like yours better. Although we covered plan ahead, so that's not it.
All right.
Go with a buddy.
Your exit buddy.
And here's where some people will not have a clue what I'm talking about. But don't be an opihi. We call my son an opihi all the time because he does what? He clings to me constantly. It's like, let go of my leg. So it's good to go with a buddy because a buddy can help you target people. A buddy can also introduce you to people, and a buddy can get you out of positions when you run into someone that talks too much. Okay? But you don't want to stay with your buddy. You have to have the plan with your buddy. And the plan is, remember, if you see that I'm with someone for like 5 minutes, come up to me and say, hey, I really got to introduce you to so-and-so. And then we go. Right? Or we do the save me sign, which is... Or you can't do this because that's too common.
You would just be like, oh, hey, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Look, I see a plant over there I want to talk to.
And when you do that, I did this the other at the Ward Village event. I said, I told the person, oh, hi, there's someone I really have to talk to. I'll talk to you next week at the regional meeting, or I'll talk to you next month at the regional meeting. Because then what I'm doing is I'm telling them I'm not going to talk to you the rest of the night. Right? In a nice way. They don't get it anyway. So go with a buddy, but don't be an opihi. Okay. Be prepared with your
Business card.
It could be that, but not.
Availability.
Harder than that. Cash. Hard cash. Oh, I like this topic. How about your questions? How about your questions? And the reason I say your questions is because we like to tell people we really have to become good listeners and ask a lot of questions about what they're looking for, because we want to help them, like Eileen said, so they're going to give us referrals. Last one. Follow blank with your blank.
Oh.
I looked at this way because I wanted to see what she was going to say this time. Follow up with your contacts. All of those work. I was going to say follow through with your promises. Because sometimes we make promises, right? We say, you know, I have an article that talks about that. I'll send it to you. Something like that. So follow through with your promises. Back to the plan and the goal. The goal we started with is that we want to make sure that we can get either people that are going to buy or sell from us, or a follow-up appointment to meet other salespeople, because we can help each other. They're going to be part of our sales team, right? So let's say you target an event, and this event is for people that are going to be salespeople, or this event are for people that are not within the industry. If you're going through and you're talking to someone and you find someone that sells a product, doesn't have to be outside sales, it can be retail sales, and you ask them lots of questions about their business, and then that allows you to find out what they're looking for in a prospect. Then what you can do and say, you know, I have a few people in mind. Why don't we meet for coffee? Let's meet for coffee. And then what you're going to do is then you can, what they call, cross-mine. You can let them look through or talk through your sphere of influence, your network, and see if there's prospects there. And you can do the same with their prospects. And that's how you build the sales team. So if you're networking, that would be a great way to do it.